Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Moment with Gabby. I am your host Gabrielle Mossa. Today we're going to be taking a dive into the entertainment industry, specifically music. We will be talking to an upcoming music artist who'll be telling us about his journey, who he is, more about his music, and we'll also be talking a little bit about the Kenyan entertainment music industry. Stay tuned for more. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified about or on new episodes. Karibu sana.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us who you are.
So first off, my name is Suba Boy, also known as Doski. The reason why I named myself Suba is because I represent my community, which is the Abba Suba community.
Okay.
In case you did history in your primary, you'd have an idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's a minority group, and we were assimilated with the Luo people, so we're not so well known.
Yeah.
Most people just assume we are Luos, but we are not really Luos. So yeah, that's why I named myself Suba Boy.
I like that, a representation of your community.
Yes.
That's deep a bit, but it is. Tell us who you are in a nutshell.
So basically, I'm a singer-songwriter. I started with design in my early stages, and I grew into music and dance. I also rap as well, so I'm not just stuck to singing.
So did you always know that you're going to pursue music, or when did this passion start?
Well, it started at a very young age. I remember I used to emulate people like Asha and MJ when I was young.
Yeah.
Like slide out the bathroom and do a couple of moves, and people were like, "Wow, you could really be a star one day." And it just seemed like a gleam then. But once I got older, I was like, okay, maybe I just need to go to the studio and try this out.
Yeah.
And let's just say all the leaves fell in the right places, and here I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you start pursuing music specifically?
I'd say about it's been 3 years of continuous recording and trying to just align everything. So I'd say cumulatively about this is like the 4th year of me doing music.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how has your journey been so far?
I'd say it's been really eye-opening because initially I used to think music is just about grabbing people's attention and just being a star and all that. And then I came to learn there's more to it than just creating art and letting people appreciate, because like they say, music is a mirror of the society. So sometimes us as artists, we have to go back and think, okay, what will my song impact this society with, or how will it change their mindsets, or how will it create a better environment for all of us?
Yeah.
I guess that's one thing that most artists overlook in their journey, and that's one of the things why I decided music is my channel.
So what would you say inspires you to write music? Is it your society, the people around you?
There's a bit of that Western influence, like the Western culture, like the white culture and the American culture.
Yeah.
Then vis-a-vis the African sound, so basically like the South African sound and the Nigerian sound.
Yeah.
And then fuse all that with the Kenyan day-to-day life. That's what I would describe my sound as.
So in like one specific genre, what would you say your music is?
It leans more to Afrobeat and R&B.
Okay.
But like I said, I can rap as well, so sometimes I flip it back to hip-hop.
So you both sing and rap.
Yes.
Okay. And who is your target audience when you create music? Is it young people, middle-aged?
I think of myself as a bridge when I'm making music, because I don't want to be stuck to the young generation alone. I also want to to tell the oldies, like I also have you in my, like I have your influences in my music. So
yeah.
I try to cut across the board, so it's not just a specific demographic. I'd like to cut across the board and also touch to the international scene as well. Yeah.
When people are listening to your music, what do you want them to feel, or what do you want them to think about?
So first thing is, when I create music that speaks from my perspective, how I view the world and some of the things I appreciate in life. So most of my music will be my influences with my experiences with the normal day-to-day person. Like probably I met a lady when I was going to the supermarket and I said hi and we had a conversation and it transforms into a feeling, and then that feeling I transform it into a song. So basically I just focus on our day-to-day life and how sometimes we overlook certain small things that we need to appreciate in life. I guess that's one of my biggest influences.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you say really inspires you in the kind of music that you write?
I have a strong list. On the singer side, I have the great Michael Jackson. There's Chris Brown in that list. We have the Wizkids, the Ruga, the Burna Boys, like the people who just made Africa relevant to the music industry right now.
Yeah.
Those are some of the people I really look up to, and I wish to someday be as great as them and also impact people as great as they have. Yeah.
What has been your biggest hit so far in your music?
So last year I did a song with Labala from Koflani Mau Mau. I don't know if you guys know about him or the crew. And I think that's the biggest hit I've had so far. And I'm seeing like positive like reaction towards it, and it's growing.
And what inspired you to write that song? Or
so basically when me and Labala met at the studio, he was like, what are you about? And I was like, I just want to make an impact with my music. I don't want my music to be just heard today and gone tomorrow. So we sat down and we thought, what's the best way to inspire people? And somebody said, how about you guys talk about how you guys are like burning bridges? And that's how the song came out. The song is called Burning Bridges. So we are basically talking about, if you add no value to me as an artist or as a person, why should I hang out with you? So hence burning the bridges. Like there's no need to even access you or you having access to me anymore. So that's what the song is all about. But also just making it a party vibe. While you're partying, you're also learning something about the society. So it's not just about entertainment, it's about information as well. Would
you say that you like your music to be both for entertainment and also like have a message behind it?
Yes.
Which is very important. Do you feel like artists really... You think artists make music just for fun, or...?
I think sometimes as artists, once you start getting that traction and that way for fame,
you
kind of forget. Yeah, you kind of forget your roots and you just want to explore the world more. So you just focus on giving people hits and not giving them your emotions. Yeah.
So how do you think someone can stay grounded, like in not forgetting why they're doing what they're doing?
Alright, for example, for me, I stuck to the name Suba Boy because there's some mystery to it. And then once I start talking about my tribe and people are like, oh, okay, so we didn't know about this. So it kind of keeps me grounded every time I talk about my artist name or how I decided on having that name. So it starts with your identity. Like, who are you? Before you even start making music, I feel like it's important as an artist to understand where you come from, why you are like that, and why you feel that those melodies come out like that, and the reason behind it. So once you understand that, it becomes easier to express yourself. It even becomes easier to find your genre. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's nice.
Yeah.
So tell us the thought process you go through when writing a song or creating a song. Like, do you just enter the studio and be like, okay, we're going to do this today, or...?
I guess sometimes it works like that, because a producer will be like, hey, I made this beat overnight and I think you might be good with it. So that kind of scenario will definitely just come off with not necessarily a feeling. You just come off and just say, okay, let's do something with this. But there are some songs where you just, let's say you're just brushing your teeth or, doing something very mundane, and the thought comes to your mind and you're like I have a song in my upcoming album. It's called For the Streets. You see, you laugh because there's so many connotations you can have when someone says for the streets, right?
Exactly.
But my take was, sometimes I hate to sound like I'm attacking feminists, but sometimes women like to take advantage of fame, money, and a bit of that limelight. And I'm sure you can agree to some level.
Well, let's agree to disagree.
Yeah, so such kind of scenarios help me create my music. so that it's not just entertainment, it's also a learning process for the listener. Yeah.
I like that. So both a learning process and entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a short break, but we'll be back in the upcoming segment. We'll be talking about the Kenyan entertainment industry, the ups and downs, and ways to navigate it. Thank you guys for staying tuned. So let's talk about the Kenyan entertainment scene. What do you think makes a successful Kenyan artist?
So first of all, like I said, the first thing an artist need to do is find his identity.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you find out who you are and what you want to represent, that becomes a guide to everything else.
Okay.
So first things first is identify your name, your stage name, and what you actually represent. And then maybe from there you can, build around that. Yeah.
What do you think Kenyans gravitate towards in terms of music?
Right now, the industry is a bit open, but there's still this emphasis on the party lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Kenyans really gravitate towards music that makes them feel like dancing, or makes them feel like partying, or going to one posh place and just having a good time. So I think most artists also just gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The partying and the
party
enjoyment.
lifestyle, yes.
So do you find it hard to find a balance between the two? Because sometimes you want to, you want your music to have a message,
Yeah.
but at the same time you're like, who really listen?
Yeah, sometimes we fight with my producers in the studio because I don't want to stick to like one topic, and sometimes they're like, no, like sometimes it's just about having a good time and just shutting everything else down and just having a good time and
Yeah.
enjoying life as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is a process, but do you think it's easy, or do you think it's hard for a Kenyan musician to quote unquote to make it?
It is quite difficult because before they actually realize what you're all about, there's people who are out there, like outside of the country, who've already noticed what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like for example, I had a radio station from Atlanta like email me and say, hey, we heard your music and we want to do an interview with you, da 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 da. And I was just like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Because I already have radio stations here, I have TV stations here. Maybe I just need to do a bit of better marketing. So I'm guessing most artists, when they start, they don't have a good marketing strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes difficult to break through. But once that is sorted out, it's always just a rise, like from where they started.
Yeah. So you never know who is listening actually.
Yeah.
So apart from marketing, how else can someone navigate through the industry?
I'll stick to just advertising and marketing. That's there's one great person that I look up to, and they said making good music and not advertising is like winking at a lady in the dark and expecting them to see you. So it's always back to that marketing. Like, how do you sell yourself? Is your image good? Do you look like an artist?
Mm-hmm.
It boils down to advertising and marketing. How do you brand yourself? Do you like have a business model?
Yeah.
Or you're just doing music for the sake of it? So I feel like those are some of the things that most of our artists don't get access to, and they end up just freeballing it,
Yeah.
rather than sitting down and having a proper team and working towards a certain goal. Yeah.
So a team is also very important.
Very important. And then also, I'd say your support system. It's
Mm-hmm.
very important, because sometimes your parents and your family are like, why are you going to the studio? You're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. It will take you 10 years before you make it, you become a star, da, 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 and things like that. So you really need a support system where people are like, okay, this is what you want to do. We have your back 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And once you have that, fuse it with your team, I think you have a ship to, sail.
Would you say that you had a good support system, you personally, in terms of friends and family?
You see, so when I started, I didn't have this knowledge, and I was just like inviting everybody to my camp. Hey, come, let's go make some music, let's go record music. And
Yeah.
I'll have like 50 guys in the studio, or 15 guys, or 20 guys. And then when life really hit me hard, that's when I realized, wait, there were not so many people in the ship. They were just fillers.
Yeah.
So sometimes as an artist, my advice to anybody who wants to be an artist is filter the friends you have. They're very important to wherever you're going, because some of them will drain you, some of them will support you.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is, which ones do you keep around? The ones that drain you or the ones that support you? Yeah.
Okay. So company is very, very important.
Very important.
What would you say is the biggest challenge that Kenyan artists, upcoming artists, are facing right now?
Oh, so like I said, access to these tools of advertising and marketing. So for example, radio, TV, like even these influencers, when you do music and you're like, hey, I just need you to big up my song and da 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 da. It becomes business rather than a support system. So as an artist, you feel like you need the money more than you even need anything else first, because with money you can have the access. You can pay a DJ here so that he plays your track. You can give it to a presenter there, and like, hey bro, I bought you lunch, just fix me an interview or something like that.
Yeah.
So it becomes really difficult for the limelight to hit you. But I feel like once you break that glass, everything else is just a smooth ride all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think Kenyans are more open towards Kenyan music? Like, do they support Kenyan content as much?
Right now, I'd say yes. I'd say yes, because you can see there's a competition amongst the artists. You can see everybody's struggling to create their own sound, create their own identity, and also not forgetting the Kenyan citizen, which is very, very important. Because when we go to festivals out there and your music doesn't even sound Kenyan, people start questioning where your origins are, and then that kind of throws them off. So I'm really glad that Kenyans are actually waking up to understanding that music is not just something you do as an hobby, but it can also be a business.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what qualities would you say makes someone a good musician?
So first of all, there's two ways I can answer that question. There's an artist who just wants to be good at their craft.
Yeah.
So practice, the people you keep around you as well. Will they help you like be disciplined, or will they take away from your time? Are they more like party goers, or they're more like, hey, let's go and make some song that we can actually benefit from, rather than go out to a party and enjoy the weekend out. Then there's the artist who wants to be good at their craft and also make some money off of it. So if you want to be that kind of artist, then you must start investing in your knowledge of the music business, rather than also just the music theory. So it's very fundamental to understand how to sell your music, where to sell it, who's your audience, how do you get your music to your audience, and how do you grow that audience into a proper like empire.
Okay.
So yeah.
Those are great tips. I like them. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, or in the next few years? Or why would you like to see yourself?
Honestly, if not the best in the world, I'd like to be quote unquote revered as one of the best artists who ever like came from Africa. So it might not be 5 years, maybe it might take me more than 10 years, but I'm sure by the time it hits 5 years, I'll be somewhere close to that dream.
Okay. Yeah. And who would you love to collaborate with, both maybe locally and internationally?
Locally, I have a list of people I'd love to work with, even though we did some sketch songs with them. So one of the artists is Boutros. Another artist I would really love to work with is Otile Brown.
Otile Brown, yeah.
Yeah. Calligraph would also be a good option. Red Sun could be also a nice collabo, because there's some songs that I've done that have that dancehall vibe, so I feel like he would fit in one of the songs. Who else? Sauti Soul. I guess that's about it. And anybody else who's like ready to work on a collabo, I'm welcome. I welcome them all.
When most artists are asked who then to collaborate with, they say Calligraph and Sauti Soul. Why do you think most people gravitate towards them? Mostly, especially about Calligraph.
Props to them, first of all, because they graduated from just making songs that would, people would listen to in the club, to actually being a business that you can actually make revenue from. Yeah. See, most of the artists before, they used to make good money, but they didn't know how to like flip it and turn it into like other businesses to support the music.
Yeah.
So I feel like Calligraph and Sauti Sol are like a few of the successful ones that have managed to keep the craft and also keep the business, which is a win-win for an artist. And I guess that's a very good model for most artists to follow. So I guess that's why most people go Calligraph or Sauti Sol.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what advice do you have for upcoming artists like yourself?
Like, believe in yourself, believe in your craft. Don't stop grinding, don't stop making music. Just one day the doors will open. You see, like, even when we met my manager, we met at a festival and we were like, hey, you also have other artists you manage, and then all of a sudden we were talking business and they were like, yeah, we need to bring you to our team and da 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 da. And hence now I'm here having an interview. So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
And also preparing, because once you prepare, when the plans come out, you already know what path you're taking and what direction you're going to take.
Okay.
Yeah.
So consistency and time is very key.
Very, very key.
So aside from all this other music business, what else do you do?
I'm a designer.
Really?
Yeah. I design fashion.
Okay.
I design bags. I also do interior design. I have an interior design firm that I run. I also have like 6-7 workers that work under me. So yeah.
So you're very artistic, all things that require.
I'd like to call myself a full-on artist.
In all aspects.
In all aspects.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a strong name. I like it.
What do you call it? An artist with an E at the end.
Oh.
Yes.
Before we wind up, tell us 2 fun facts about yourself.
So, funny thing is, when I was in high school, I was slated to go for the nationals. Me and my team, we had a band in high school. But because my mom was like pissed at my grades and she didn't allow me to go, go shake the president's hand and stuff like that. So it has taken me years to heal from that.
Really? The fact that you're talking about years later, it must have really hit a nerve.
It really, really hit a nerve because I really wanted to pursue music.
Yeah.
But she saw it otherwise. That's why I decided to do design. But I guess that's also a plus for me nowadays because I can design my stuff and still sell the music.
That's nice. I love that for you.
Yeah.
So give a shout out to the people where they can follow you or find you.
To my fans and my followers, go search for me on Instagram at Doski4K, Doski_4K. I'm on YouTube also as Suba Boy. I'm on Twitter as well as Brodoski, and I'm also on Facebook and TikTok as Suba Boy.
Okay.
Peace.
Thank you for the interview. I enjoyed the conversation.
I enjoyed it as well.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the conversation. I've been your host, Gabrielle Mosa. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at NewsUnplugKE on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even TikTok. See you guys until next time.